Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is Winter is Fun, a Winter House podcast. Season 3, Episode 3. Off to a fun start. I would say winter is fun so far.
Winter is fun. This cast is fun. I'm really excited for next episode. I want Amanda to be here. I really thought she was coming this episode.
God, I miss my crush so much right now.
I miss her too.
She's all I want.
I miss her just like Kyle misses her.
Yeah. Every time Kyle's like, I miss Amanda, I'm like,
me too.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Check us out on the A&M Podcast Network. We have this podcast. It's about the Pasta Vanderpump Rules podcast. Also, this podcast does Summer House and Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Mm-hmm. We also have One Season Wonders. We're very busy people. Please do not call or text us. We will not answer because we're probably doing this.
We're watching TV or recording.
Please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. It helps the podcast. 5 stars. Thank you so much. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Vanderpasta. I'm getting on my TikTok game. I've only done one, and it didn't do that hot. But
it'll take a while to build up, so everybody go look for Alicia.
I'm doing the no one come for me. I'm doing the millennial thing that the Gen Zers call us out for. No, where I just keep recording until it's over. I don't like break it up. So I have to learn how to do that.
I'm dying.
But my first TikTok took me about 35 minutes to figure. So we're getting
Shout
there.
out.
For whoever thought I was 13, thank you so much because I'm so stupid at tech. Also, join our Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you what you can get. For $1 a month, you get access to all of our fun pre-shows where Meredith and I and sometimes Sarah talk about whatever the hell we want. We had some Bravo news in this one because we're current.
Yeah, so highly recommend. $1 a month. Just literally just $1 and then cancel it. It was worth it.
It's worth it. Also, you get access to any episodes we record early, which will include this one, probably. It'll be on the Patreon first by a few hours at least. For $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, when we go back and we watch old seasons of shows, we like to do those spoiler-free. So what we end up doing is we do an after show where we talk about all the current Bravo news so that you can still get your fix. Also, we will say your name on the podcast. So, thank you to Chris, Darby, Dee, Dustin, Gabriella, Jackie, Jamie. Oh no, I messed up. Kirsten, I can't read. Casey, Kelsey, Chrissy, Lauren, Sarah L, Sarah R, Tierney, Tonette, Tracy, Emily, Gina, Jennifer, Jesse, Leanne, Rebecca, Rio, Robin, Taylor, and Tara. Oh, I'm so sorry. I saw red. Or black. I just blacked out there.
I saw nothing and everything drunk. All at the same time. Wow.
I'm so drunk.
Remember when we used to do these podcasts drunk?
We have to do that at one point again and just be like a drunk episode. A drunk-sode. Yeah. We'll do it again. Sorry, we're sober now.
I mean, well we don't need any lubricant anymore.
We were doing it in COVID. We would just get drunk. Or after work when we were together.
Yeah.
Now we're like apart.
We're 4 years into it. Like, we've got it down.
This podcast has aged just so much. We can't even drink for fun anymore on it. But we will. We'll plan for it. And then for $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, when we do live shows like we are now, I will post on the Patreon. And I will ask for your thoughts, questions, opinions, concerns. And you will give them to us. And we will read them on the podcast.
We'll give them to us.
You will give them to us, and if you don't,
well,
fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
It'll just be our podcast.
That's on you. That's on you then. Okay, and then also we'll pick a patron of the episode. So this week's patron of the episode is Tonette.
Ooh, wow.
Tonette's in the house. We got lots of thoughts from Tonette.
Yay! Tonette, I really appreciate every time that you leave your comments. I really appreciate the participation consistently on this podcast.
We can always count on Tonette.
Like on the Instagram, everything.
Yes, always. Which is like really helpful to my self-esteem. Thank you so much.
Well, just to my life in general.
My ego. She loves me. Okay, before we get into the episode, we have thoughts from last week. Okay. So this is Podcast by the People.
Yes! You crushed it.
Thank you so much. And by that, I mean we have a thought from Tonette.
Okay, perfect.
So, Tonette says, after the first episode of last season's Winter House, I said Corey was super hot, which initially was the unpopular opinion.
I didn't
you know
realize
what?
that.
You're right. I didn't think he was hot, but he's got some big dick energy I'm into. I think he's a terrible person, but he's got big dick energy.
Personality, yeah, and his energy are really attractive.
Is better. Yeah. She also says, Alex is awkward, I'll admit, but he's really good looking. And see, I can't see past the awkwardness.
That's the problem, is he always gets me in the first 5 minutes of the episode because I forget. and then he talks.
You know what? At some point, he was in his boxers, and I was like, oh, he is kind of hot. And then he said something. Yeah. And I was like,
and it's like, you lost me.
Okay, let's get into the episode then. So, previously on Winter House, everyone is single, but Corey is being gray about Sam. Schwartz is here trying to get away from Scandival, and he's vibing with Katie from Below Deck Med. I get so confused. This is going to be the death of me. Alex is flirting with everyone and makes out with Danielle in the hot tub. We have a sexy pirate party, and both Jordan and Malia are into Corey. So, it's Sunday, 11:58 p.m. Danielle and Alex are making out in the hot tub as the rest of the party continues in the kitchen. Corey asks Jordan her girl crush in the house, and she says Katie, which I think, who would yours be?
Mine would probably
without
be Katie.
Amanda.
Oh yeah, I mean it's gonna be Amanda always, but Amanda's not there, so mine's Katie too. I love her accent. I think she's is fun and funny.
The accent gets ya. I though am not in her interview, but on most days, I think Jordan's.
Oh, I am obsessed with Jordan too, but I'm answering this as if I am Jordan. I feel like.
Oh, if I'm Jordan. Yeah, I'd probably also go for Katie.
Yeah, Jordan and Katie are definitely the hottest. And it's hot. Not just like their bodies. Like,
no, they just have an essence.
Yes!
They have an essence about them. Yeah. Also, I love Danielle. She's just chaos right now, though. And I support her.
I love Danielle is like a friend in my friend zone. For me, so I don't like look at her
like she's my
does
best
that make
friend.
sense? Like I think she's really attractive, but
she's my best friend.
But I'm not pursuing her as my girl crush.
But she looks good in this hot tub. She fucking
I said it last episode, that bra and underwear I want. I mean I want her body, but I want the bra and underwear too.
I want that. She should model. Yes. She should model for this because I would buy it. Yep. Dreams. So Danielle tells Alex that she's not ready for a relationship, and Alex is like, fine with me. And I was like, I don't think Danielle need to worry about a thing here, but okay.
I'm like, I appreciate the open communication. Like, this is a hookup.
Yeah, rock it out. And he says, or he tells her, there's never any flow with them. And she's like, that's because you're the worst. And then they make out some more. And Danielle's just happy because now she knows she's still got it. Which, rock out, I love you so much.
It is nice, like, the first, like, real hookup. I feel like Danielle's probably kissed
after a breakup.
But, like,
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of nice knowing this is on camera, too. Like, to stick it to your ex. I would love that.
Yeah, like, fuck you, bro. Yeah. So, Alex and Danielle come back in the house. Schwartz and Katie talk. Schwartz, he's feeling loose. That's how he describes himself. He's just loose here. So then Kyle and Malia talk about Katie and Tom, and Kyle knows Schwartz obviously and knows that Katie needs to make the first move, and Malia's like, oh, Katie's not gonna like that because she likes a man who can take charge. And I was like, oh, Katie's gonna hate this man.
That is not Schwartz.
She described the opposite of this man immediately. Yeah. So Katie, though, the only type she has is emotionally unavailable, which is this man. So it could work out.
It tracks, not too bad.
It's fine. So Danielle and Alex go back at it in the closet. They're making out and Danielle's walking on.
This is actually the best when you like finally kiss a boy and then he's like all over you and you're like, I'm incredible.
Comes back to
you're like, I am incredible.
You're obsessed with me.
Wow, why are hot tubs like the end all be all in the Winter House? Because
also,
like Agent Andrea season 1, like, do I need to go make out with a boy in a hot tub?
it has to be winter, and then you find a hot tub.
That's true. In a shared house.
Because summer in a hot tub's a nightmare. You don't want that.
Very true, very true.
This, though, and then he finds in the closet, which is also a very summer house-y kind of trope, where it's like, you just find these little crux of the room, and the camera's not really there, but we're still getting it, and it's awesome. Okay, so Katie and Malia ask Corey about Sam, and Sam's just basically saying they hooked up in August. They see each other once a month. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, so you're dating? And he's like,
we haven't said we're official. So, like,
we're Corey and Sam. We're just Corey and Sam.
God, these girls are giving him every opportunity to, like, say he's
to admit it.
Interested in her and, like, dating her. And he
will never.
He gives a great response every time, where Sam kind of can't get mad at him because he's truly laying out where they are. But, like, that's not what I would want the boy I like to say about me.
No. So, Casey's going around telling everyone to drink water because they're going skiing tomorrow, and she doesn't want to deal with babies on the mountain.
Okay, this is the first time I love her.
This was great. She was great. She was like, you better drink water. I'm not going to deal with your baby ass on the mountain. And everyone was like,
Leah's like, I can ski hungover. I'll be great.
Brian was like, who's the baby? He's like, what?
Like, I will not be the baby.
And then Kyle, Katie, and Schwartz go shotgun outside, where Schwartz tells them to shake the beer first.
What?
This man has never shotgunned.
Why would you say? Did that make any sense to you? I was so confused why he said that.
No, I don't think you should. I've shotgunned a lot of beers. I don't think you shake it.
If you want it to come out the top, I guess so, but then you're not getting the beer, so what's the point?
That's how Schwartz always wins. It's always the first one done. It's all gone.
I'm gonna do that because I'm not good at chugging beers, so I don't.
Me neither. I'm terrible.
I don't shotgun beers. I used to do it when they Bud Light for a minute there when we were in college made like 8-ounce beers, and I would shotgun with those minis. Because that was enough that I could take down.
Chug it.
Yeah.
I love to just stuff it in my mouth and then do one big swallow.
That's the thing. I can do large gulps, but I cannot chug.
Yeah, I do gulps. I can't either. Okay, so it's 2:09 a.m. Kyle misses Amanda. We agree. Party continues in the kitchen. Danielle tells Corey she made out with Alex. Then she tells Malia.
She's telling everyone.
She rock out. She wants everyone to know, and I'm here for it because it.
This is me saying, like, oh, I'm going to keep this to myself, especially about relationships. I'm always like, I'm not going to tell everybody. And then literally in every conversation, I'm like, oh my God, I kissed a boy. Yeah.
I tell everyone. I'll be like, let me describe it to you in great detail as well. So, like, I'm never lying. You'll always know.
It'll just come out.
It's always there. Malia's like, oh, isn't that weird? Because he's into Jordan. And Jordan, we cut to Jordan, and she's like, I couldn't care less. I am so happy about this. This is great.
Jordan is a really good friend. She's like championing this, I think, for Danielle, but also selfishly, because then like maybe Alex will leave her alone.
He backs away. Yeah. But she also wants to get ready to shoot her shot with Corey. Great. So Danielle invites Alex to sleep in her bed. It's immediately weird because Alex does snow angels in her bed. It's immediately weird, but Danielle's not here to date him. She's just here to hook up with him.
Yeah. Good for her.
Fine. Schwartz tries to do dirty dancing with Katie. Are we surprised he couldn't lift her up?
I was
and then
so
Kyle
sad
yells
for her. Like, if I were to trust a man, if I were to run at a man and do this, you better fucking be able to like lift me up.
No, this was more sad for Schwartz. I was like his noodle arms.
That's the thing. It's like it's not like she looks tiny too.
She is tiny for sure. But Kyle yells at them to have sex.
Yes.
Schwartz, he's like you can tell he's kind of a mess. He's like always by himself, just like creeping, and Katie comes over and is like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I was just, hey, how are ya? Just a weirdo. Then Jordan tells Casey that she was too chicken during the game to say that she wanted to kiss Corey. And Casey's like, no worries, because I know Sam, and Sam's a piece of shit and a basic bitch from New Jersey. And Jordan's like, I'm also from New Jersey.
I was so shocked at like
I was too.
Casey's. This is like how Casey shits on Sam. It didn't make any sense to me to say this.
Well, I was just kind of like, we have no background on why Casey knows Sam.
Well, then in her interview, she's like, "Oh, we run in the same friend group," but to me, that's not enough. Like, if something happened and you don't like her, all right, cool. Like, give me the reason and whatever. You can say whatever you want. But these were just disses to, like, tear a girl down, and I didn't like that. Like, there was no purpose to it.
Well, she said it. She said she was saying this to pump Jordan up to make a move, like to be like, the guy you like, he's talking to a girl that's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But to say it is also, like, just to attack her. I mean, if you don't like her, fine. Because I can see myself, if I don't like a girl, I'd be like, she's a bitch anyway. Yeah. You should go for this dude.
If you have, like, a reason where she was a bitch, but saying, like, just not liking her, we didn't get a reason why she doesn't like her. Does that make sense?
And yeah, and honestly, if Casey didn't like her, Casey could just say, I don't really like her, you should go for him.
Yeah. Or like,
because there are some people, I have to own this, there are plenty of people I just don't like.
100%. But I feel
for
like
no reason.
Pumping Jordan up at the expense of tearing Sam down when it has nothing to do with that.
That's not great.
Yeah, like, I totally understand being like, fuck that bitch, like, go after, like, the guy, like, who cares about her? Totally understand that when, like, Sam's not in
but you
house.
Can't then claim and be like, I was just trying to pump Jordan up. You should just be like, I hate Sam.
I hate Sam. Yeah.
Just don't. Yeah. Just be, I hate Sam. Which I guess she did. She was like, I don't really like her. So I get what, I think Casey was wrong.
Yeah.
But
it gross.
Cannot say I cannot say I'd be better. Sometimes if I'm drunk and there's some bitch I don't like,
I feel like I don't make it about another person. I would just hype up my friend about my friend and be like, you're fucking hot. He clearly has banter with you. Like, get after it. Screw that girl.
No, I'd say girl's a bitch. You should go for him. Fucking knock her out. I would say.
I guess if I don't ever know the other girl, so there's not much I can say about it.
If I don't like her, fuck that bitch. Go for it. Okay, so drunk Kyle eats some pad thai in the kitchen. We didn't get too much of him. I just wanted more.
This made me want pad thai.
And then Jordan goes and knocks on Corey's door to see what's happening.
Oh,
She's in her hot girl era.
I really liked this move, and I was like, open the door, open the door, open the door, and he didn't.
Yeah, so it's 3:42 a.m., and we see Corey up. Like, he's sitting there.
He's laying in bed, or he's like sitting/laying in bed, but he's awake. Uh-huh. And I was like, what's going to happen here?
He's awake. He hears it. He goes, don't open it. He's like, nope, don't do it. Don't do it. So Jordan walks away. Corey says he was tempted, but this is the first time he says he's technically not single and he doesn't want to ruin this thing with Sam.
Which is interesting. Like, when it comes to it, he is not crossing the line, but when it comes to flirting, he is crossing the line.
Which maybe that's a line they don't have.
I think this is in my book, this is acceptable for him to do. If they're not exclusive and dating, like, I wouldn't just love if a boy is flirting with someone else, but if you're just flirting and nothing else is happening, I'm cool with it.
I wish he had, like, if it was my dude, I would want him to say, like, oh, I'm not technically single and I do really like this girl, but, like, we're not official.
Yeah.
Like, you could say that.
Talk about me a little bit better than you are, but I'm happy he's not just hooking up with anybody
I do really like her, but we're not official. Fine. This is the first time he's saying it, and then you can flirt all you want.
And he said that in his interview, and so, to be honest, Sam at BravoCon said they were are dating sometime in the spring or something, or at some point, like, they were dating. She was like, you'll find out, like, when we got together. So, to be honest, when he's filming these interviews, he's probably in a relationship with her at this point.
That's true.
So his answers are going to be different.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Sam's not watching it, so she has no idea what Corey's saying about her.
Which kind of makes me feel like it must get a little worse.
We'll see. So, Kyle, he's very drunk and alone in his bed, and I support him. I wish the best. So now it's Monday, 9:17 a.m. The house is an absolute mess, but Brian and Casey wake up and clean it and sing some Christmas carols.
We're at the point where many days of, like, not really, really cleaning up because there's, like, just shit everywhere.
It's piling up, yeah. Alex and Danielle wake up in her bed. Alex has massive ass back tattoos that I must have missed somewhere along the line. And Danielle just says she's having fun. She feels like a teenager again. I love that for her. I love that for her.
Really excited about this, just like casual hookup.
That's what I want for her. Oh my God. Okay, so Kyle's really hungover. Malia and Casey asked Danielle what happened last night. Danielle says there was no penetration. And Casey is like, did you just do bed yoga with soft tongue moves?
Oh my God, like, that's so funny.
So I guess that's it. The only concern is that he might get a little clingy, which I could see happen.
Well, yeah, because like that you have a hot makeout in the hot tub. He immediately comes and finds you in your closet, and then he like wants to sleep in your bed. I don't like sleeping in a bed with people. Like, get away from me, if I'm honest. Like, we can have fun in a bed, and then you can go to your own bed.
Make out. Yeah, I'm into that. Okay, and then Alex and Schwartz talk. Alex says, you know, him and Danielle, like Danielle's just easy, and then he's like, I didn't mean easy. I meant like there's no effort. And he's like, no, I didn't mean that either. He's like, it's just happening. I get what he was saying. I
know, and that's so funny that the words you can use quickly are like also have a negative could be taken negatively, but because they're on a show, you also have to be so hyper aware of how you're talking, especially about females.
He should have just said the situation is easy. He like accidentally, he's like, Danielle's just easy. No, she takes no effort. No. And he's sitting there, he's like,
I don't have the right words.
And it's just, you know, it's happening.
You know what I'm saying.
It's happening. Alex feels like an ass though because of the Jordan situation. And then he's like, it's horrible to hook up with one girl and then go for her friend. And I was like, oh, honey, I don't think you remember what happened.
That's the thing. I was like, sir, you didn't hook up with Jordan, so I'm confused. And then I got confused. Is he saying like, oh, I just hooked up with Danielle, but I still want Jordan?
I don't know, but also it seems like I took it as he's concerned how Jordan will care. And I was like, she won't.
Because like you said, Jordan and Alex did not hook up. So then I was thinking that, is this reverse than how I initially took it?
Maybe. I didn't know how.
I don't think he really knows what's going on either way.
Yeah, he's lost. Just keep hooking up with Danielle and
go sleep in Danielle's
be fine with it. Just calm down. So it's 11:07 a.m. Amanda's feeling better. She's going to fly out tomorrow. Malia and Katie talk. Katie is so hungover in bed, and I was like, she might not make it skiing. Spoiler, she does make it skiing. So we're off. So we got Brian, Jordan, and Corey in one car together. And Brian makes Jordan hold his hand, and Jordan calls his hands dry as fuck. You need some lotion.
Jordan, because she just like calls. She is so forward in this car, but it's like in a great way. Like she is a really good reality TV person.
Agreed. And then Corey, who's also just really good at reality TV, he's like, I'm not much of a hand holder. I'm an ass grabber. And I was like, kind of
And Jordan's like, okay, I want that. And I was like, oh,
me too.
Make out in this car right now.
I was really like, holy shit. Brian's the third wheel again. So Jordan asked Corey where he was last night, and she even says, she's like, I went knocking on your door. And he's like, oh,
if
that was
he
you.
didn't answer, I would never be able to like talk about it, because you could play it off that it was anybody in this house.
You wouldn't know it was me till this episode aired. You would not know it was me.
I need to be more like this though, because if somebody is turned off by you being forward or interested in them, like, who the fuck cares? It's not that big of a deal. Like, let's all take this a little less seriously.
They're not for you. And then he's like, oh, that was you. And she's like, oh, so you ignored me. And he's like, I wasn't ignoring. My door's always open. And she goes, good to know.
He's so good at the banter.
But see, that's the little like line that I don't know I'd be happy if he crossed, being like, my door's always open.
That's where the flirting is a little too real. Because that's like an invitation. Where it's real.
Yeah. It's the rest was fine.
He's just like I'm a very flirtatious, friendly guy, and so I think what has happened up until that comment is not really an invitation, but just like being engaging. That's what you could say it is.
Yeah,
but
to be like, it's always open, and she goes, "Good to know," and I was like, She's gonna walk in. She's gonna walk in tonight.
Why do I want this to happen? But I still like Sam so much that I don't want it to happen to Sam, like this heartbreaking moment. But I want Corey to hook up with like Malia or Jordan. I want it to happen. I don't know why.
I want him to hook up with both of them and then date Sam. I know, like Sam
but without
to go missing for
any repercussions of like the hurt to Sam.
Yeah, like Sam disappears off the earth for about 7 days. He does his thing, comes back, and he's like, Sam, I've been looking for you.
I wish this winter house happened a year prior, like before he met Sam.
Yes. Yeah. I just want the hookups.
Me too.
So, Alex, another flirt, the biggest flirt, if you will, says he likes Danielle's little finger.
I was so confused.
The hottest part of a woman.
What?
You already know. So we go skiing. So we have some people taking lessons, aka the beginners, and we have the advanced group. So, Casey, I have figured out what she's doing on Winter House. She is here to ski.
Only.
She does not care about the house. She does not care about the drama. She's not giving a fuck about anything. This is why she told you to drink water, because we're going skiing.
Like, bitch. she is gonna be on the mountain every single day that we're here, and she's like, oh, and we're gonna have a drink afterwards. That's kind of cool, but like, I want to go to the mountain tomorrow.
Yeah, she does not care about this house.
Not at all.
So then we go to lessons, where we have Danielle, Katie, Alex, Brian, and Jordan.
I love that we have people learning to ski again. This is
I also love the way their interviews were cut too, because also this is me. I don't do winter sports. Skied. Where it was like, Jordan's like, oh, I fell, but at least I look fabulous. And then it's like Danielle being like, I'll never have to ski. What are we even doing here? And then you have Katie who's like, I'm a summer girl. And then you have Alex who's like, I work on boats. And then you have Brian and he's like, I haven't fallen. Should I be in a different group?
And then like they cut to him going down this tiny little hill, and the instructor's like, "Great job!"
Yeah, he's like, "I'm advanced. I'm
incredible," and it's like, "Sir."
Brian was hilarious. He's like, "I'm too good for this lesson." It's awesome. So now we go to the advanced group. They go down a whole mountain. I assume they go back up a different. I don't know how skiing works, but I assume once you go down, you have to go back up. There aren't just many of mountains. So then they go back up, and then on top of mountain, they talk about what happened with Danielle and Alex. And Schwartz says, Alex came in with a glow this morning that you can only have after you get laid. And Malia, shout out Malia, immediately puts a stop to this and says they didn't have sex.
But there is just a glow to even just a hookup, you know?
Yeah. She says there's heavy petting. Yeah. So now we know. Yeah. Don't start rumors, though, Schwartz. Not in this house. You can do it on Vanderpump Rules, but not here.
Not about our girl Danielle, especially.
Absolutely not. How rude of you. So they talk about Corey getting a knock on the door. He basically acts all like cute when asked if he can hook up with other people. He's just kind of like, oh, I don't. What are you talking about?
He's so coy about this stuff. I don't know how he plays it so well, and nobody calls him out on any of it.
I know, but someone asks him and is like, would you feel bad if you hooked up with someone else? And he says yes. And they're like, then there it is. There it is.
And that should tell everyone else in the house that this is something more than just casual.
And then Malia turns to Kyle and is like, what the fuck? You said there were going to be hot single guys here. And Schwartz is like, I am single. And Malia's like,
no.
Yeah. So she also says, she's like, she also looks at him and goes, Katie literally is like throwing herself at you and you offer to heat up her food.
And Schwartz is like,
I was being nice.
I didn't know she was into me like that.
She was throwing herself at me.
Sir.
And Malia's like, you are the least Malia is all of us.
This is like, where I take back my comment about wanting to hook up with Schwartz or sleep with Schwartz, because this would bother me. I could be friendly and like have a little bit of banter. Like, he seems fun in like a group setting, you know?
I know, but you got to put days into this man before he even knows.
Too much.
So back to the beginner group. Jordan is so tired. She just wants to make out with, she wanted to make out with Corey last night. So she stayed up late, to make her move. And Danielle kind of tells Jordan, she's like, listen, I think Corey's more unavailable than he's letting on. Mm-hmm. And Jordan's like, no, I agree, but I'm going to shoot my shot. And Danielle's like, okay, but I don't co-sign. But if Corey lets you in, that's his issue.
I think Danielle handled this right. Like, it's not her job to stop Corey from doing this, but she's not going to, like, pump Jordan up to do this because that would hurt her own friend.
Yeah. I love that. Mm-hmm. I think Danielle did this great. So, it's 3:46 p.m. Alex eats some snow. So that means everyone's hungry. So let's go to the restaurant. Danielle and Alex do touch a little bit. Not like too sexual, but
they're
just
like kind of cozy, like slightly coupley on like the couch and stuff.
Jordan kicks out Corey so she can talk to Malia and Katie about Corey. And she confirms with them that she's going to shoot her shot. And Malia's like, that's great. And then in her interview, she's like, yeah, I friend zoned myself with Corey because now he's just kind of like my brother and we're punching each other and giving wedgies. Oh my God. It's like, Jesus Christ. Okay, you really went the opposite way.
Yeah, I'm not doing that with my guy friends, but like get after it, I guess.
I just love how she's like, oh, I'm kind of like the beginning. She's like, Corey's so hot. And she's like, now we give wedgies to each other. And I'm like, opposites.
But also, so the things she's doing because they're friends are the things I do when I'm flirting with a boy. I am mean to them.
I am flirting. If I give you a wedgie, it really means I like you.
I really, really like you.
If it's an atomic wedgie, look out. I'm obsessed. Yeah. So, Schwartz says when they're back, they're going to do the X Games, which is basically when you make a shot that's related to your ex. Which immediately I tell you is a bad idea, but we're gonna do it.
I thought this was fun and like a new idea. I was excited about it.
Who the hell wants to talk about their ex?
Well, it's in line with Schwartz, you know, like the bartender. I mean, he's not a bartender, but like the bar owner.
I guess. Okay, so Schwartz, he's gonna show some love while making his shot. And then he jokes, he's like, and after we take the shot, we can all call our exes. And everyone's like, no. But I think Schwartz would call his ex.
He would FaceTime Katie, and be like, where are the dogs? But then to be like, look how much fun I'm having. And she'd be like, look,
this is other Katie. Did you know she wants to make out?
Why do I want that FaceTime? So and she's livid with him right now, and he still wants to FaceTime her.
Amazing. He'll never get over his ex-wife. So then Schwartz back to ex-wife. Schwartz and his ex-wife's relationship is complicated. I think that's a really nice way of putting it. I think it's atrocious. I mean, the actual relationship was atrocious. Well, I think the
problem is he is living prior to Scandival. Like, even on Vanderpump Rules, he kind of acted like this affair in his part in it like was really nothing, and that like people shouldn't be mad at him at all. So prior to Scandival, their relationship, I would say, was that like, I mean, they share the dogs, they're trying to be friends when they probably shouldn't be.
I think it's even before Scandival, when he started hooking up with Raquel.
But even like Joe, like it's all messy. Joe, but he is trying to like be friends because
he's like, he wants to be besties. She wants to be co-owners.
You know
of dogs.
What? He wants her to love him so he can hate her.
Yeah, but she'll never. He hates his ex-wife. He can't hate her
unless she is in his life. You know.
I know. So, Schwartz, though, he's hoping to put out positive vibes with this shot, so that when he returns for the reunion, he's met with positive vibes. Spoiler alert! Nope. I was no positive vibes there.
Getting his thought on what's about to happen in this reunion was actually one of my favorite things of this episode.
I agree. It was so funny because no one thought there were going to be any positive reunion or feelings at that reunion. No. So the fact that someone in it is like positivity, I'm like,
and he's not on a show where he doesn't get his phone. He has his phone. Like, he knows what's going on in the real world.
He can just Google Scandival and you'll see.
Just get on TikTok, get on Instagram, anything. Like their reunion filmed like 15 days after this, or like 12 days or something after this. The fact that he thinks in like less than 2 weeks people are going to be nicer to him.
We'll get over it. We'll totally get over it. No worries. Peace and love, baby.
Especially when he hasn't been with his cast to like make amends or like make
things God, yeah, he's a mess. This man's Dulu. I love him. So, it's 7:02 p.m. We get home. Alex is like, hey, Danielle, should I shower with you? And she's like, ugh, okay,
he really is all into her right now.
He's a little clingy, and she's, you know what, she's not going to say no at this point. She's like, whatever, I can need him for later. Casey and Schwartz go to the liquor store. Jordan's talking about how she's super sore from her bunny hills on the ski slope, but she used to play field hockey, so she has muscles. That had nothing to do with anything, but I had to put it in.
She looks good, though.
She looks great. So Alex asked Kyle about the Danielle versus Jordan thing, and Alex is like, it's going with Danielle, and Kyle's like, it's great because, you know, after her breakup, she probably needs this. Have you talked about the breakup? And Alex is like, what breakup? And I'm like, oh, they haven't talked at all.
I think that's so funny. Okay, it also has been like 3 days, so everything's not going to come out, but...
Also, though, this shows how separate the Below Deck people are, because anyone in the Bravoverse knew that Danielle and Robert broke up.
Yeah. And
we knew.
Even like Malia didn't know about, and like Katie didn't know about Scandival. They really have no clue what's going on.
But also, if you're in the Bravoverse, Danielle dated Robert for like 5 years, and then she's single. Yes. Like, oh really?
Yeah, I think he's. I think much longer. I think that's what Kyle said. Like, oh yeah, they dated for like 2.5 years and lived together.
Oh, it felt like 7. But either way, if you knew she had a boyfriend and now she doesn't, you know there's a breakup somewhere, right? Like, these people were so far removed. Like, they have no idea who these other cast members are. So then we go in the hot tub with Jordan, Malia, and Brian. They all agree that dating is really hard and weird. And Malia says she hasn't been on a date in years. And Brian says he goes on one every Friday. And I think we all need to take up Brian's
100%
mentality on this, even though I am more a Malia.
Well, I'm like, I should put some more effort. Like, I should line some shit up.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Brian lines the shit up.
Brian doesn't take it seriously, but does take it seriously at the same time, you know?
He takes it more here I am, I'm like, I want to take it seriously, and I don't even look at my apps. He
doesn't take his rejections too seriously. You know, like when things don't work out. He's like, on to the next.
Just chilling. Dude's chilling. So, then Schwartz, he gives us the party dress code, which is leaning into leisure, which honestly, I'm in.
I'm new tagline.
That's every day. Leaning into leisure. Brian struggles to put on the hot tub cover because he's left alone to do it. He's like, the fuck?
Brian's my favorite person ever.
I love Brian. I'm in. Brian, if you somehow listen to this and you still want to go on a date with someone and you have a free Friday, call me. I am coming.
There it is. I might need to start watching Family Karma because I just think he's so funny.
I'm so obsessed with him. So Alex uses Jordan's shower because they don't have a bathroom in their room. And then after he opens the curtain and he's naked, and Jordan's like, oh my God, do you need a towel? And he grabs one, but he was still like naked. This is like assault.
This is
I didn't ask for this.
I think he's still into Jordan. Like, the way he operates around her is very like, look at me, like, are you into me?
He is, because even she's like, I don't share penis with my friends, like, get out. And Alex tells her that she's the prettiest person in the world and he digs her, and Jordan's like, sorry to this man, I am not into you. Please leave. Like, let's get out.
You're hooking up with Danielle. Just be happy with that.
Get the hint too. Get out. So now it's time for the party. I still think this is the worst theme ever. Corey even says, he's like, this is a bad theme. All my exes have moved states to get away from me.
My God,
and Danielle's like, for once, I don't want to think about my ex. Why are we doing this? And Casey's like, this is just trash.
Wait,
I just have a bag of trash.
What I didn't like about the execution is Schwartz lays out all the ingredients and goes, you get 1 minute to like basically make something. I thought like everybody was gonna make it, you know, the like TikTok trend of like bring a drink of the, like, I thought it was gonna be like that, and so like every person would like walk out and be like on to the next, and then we like chit chat, and then they would be like the next round, you know?
Yeah. Instead, you have 60 seconds to make a drink, and then you have to tell the story of your ex with this drink.
It was messy,
like,
and I didn't like that.
The TikTok trends are fun where it's like toxic, and it like comes out and like a poison, and you're like, my ex was toxic, and that's all you say. This is like, let's unpack the past.
Yeah, like I thought they were gonna look at the ingredients, all take a few minutes to make up some drinks and like have a night together. Yeah. So it wouldn't really be about the exes. It would just it made a reason to drink like other parties.
Also, I would zone out immediately because now it's 9:47. Schwartz goes. He gives a whole speech about how his ex-wife Katie thinks he's a people pleaser, so he blah blah blah. And so anyway, he's doing a shot of tequila, which at first I was like, for Tequila Katie, because that's his ex-wife's nickname. But no, it was to remind himself that he can't please everyone. And I was like, sir, you picked the most universal shot to please everyone.
And
a tequila shot.
Well, tequila pleases everyone and he can't, I think is what he was saying. Like, I'm not tequila, I can't please everyone.
Oh.
But
you should have done Tequila Katie. You should have done, it would have been so funny.
And that's about you.
You missed it.
Not about your ex. Like, a Tequila Katie is about your ex. Like, I wish he would have been like, the goodbye to, like, my responsibility of Tequila Katie or something. Like, that would have been hilarious.
Yeah, that would have been so good. Katie would have never talked to him again.
Okay, but, like, at the time he is in this world.
But for the show?
Yeah, but, like, he's already hated by her in that present moment. Right. So, like, lean into it, babe.
It was amazing. So then Danielle goes. So Robert is a Mexican beer with hot vegetable juice.
It's a michelada. It was like a
great. I don't know what that is.
It's basically like a Bloody Mary, but a beer with a beer instead. So you put it's like a spicy tomato juice shot into a beer, and so that's his favorite drink. So she basically made it into a shot.
Tequila Katie. She did Tequila Katie, basically. That was a genius. Great. And everyone likes it. Then we go to Katie, and she has spiced rum because her ex was a yachty, and then ginger beer because it makes her stomach burn.
This is awesome. Why this sucks, because like the mixture that people are probably making, disgusting.
Yeah. So she was broken up with by text, and I know her ex because he's from Below Deck Med. Jack.
I didn't watch that season, but I've seen him in the Bravo universe.
He's crazy. He actually on that season dated Aisha. Like they were together, and their two accents, I loved listening to them talk. And Jack is also like kind of stupid, so he just like nothing was there, but he was great. He was just there to party, you know?
Yeah.
Great.
I mean,
so now,
typical.
Corey, his is slap the bag, just because we're not going to put effort into our exes, I guess.
Is like you're going to have to force it to do this, but like you're never going to play slap the bag ever again.
Now with COVID.
Well, just like even like the stage we are at in life, like who's going to buy fucking Franzia? Like...
like Schwartz did, and Corey took that into consideration.
The randomness of college, like I just think it's so funny.
Yeah, but then we find out that one of Corey's exes, after they broke up, tried to hook up with all of his friends.
His was like that. This is why I think it's funny. Is like you have to come up with a way to sell your drink with like a diss to your ex, and the fact that he's like slapped the back because she wanted to be passed around to all my friends. Hilarious.
That was good. That was awesome. Alex says he had a great relationship with all of his exes, and everyone boos. I don't even know what he served, because fuck you, bro.
I think it was also tequila. Like, it was something simple.
Okay, so Kyle, he did strawberry daiquiri with a little vodka and mezcal. This is nasty. Gross. To represent the different personalities his ex had. That was awesome. Disgusting. I wouldn't take this shot. I immediately vomit.
When Kyle was talking about an ex, I was like, is this anybody we saw in season 1 Summer House? But no, because
I wondered,
he's basically been with Amanda the whole time, even though him and Amanda were like on and off kind of on season 1.
This was funny though. Kyle did a good job.
We never get this side of Kyle.
Yeah, we never
and, like,
I
wish Amanda was here, because like I want to know about one of her people before Kyle.
Same. So Jordan did Kettle One, half lemonade, half iced tea. So basically an Arnold Palmer spiked. Because her ex was halfway in, halfway out. I was like, clever. Good one. We got it.
Especially, again, good thing to take. Great explanation.
Yeah, that was great. I also like how it's not super long. Like Schwartz was like, so my ex would always call me a people. Like just
one-liner.
1 foot in, 1 foot out, baby. Here. Brian did a tropical drink because they met in Florida, and then he added tequila because, surprise, his ex sucks. we get
oh my God.
the Family Karma ex.
This makes me want to watch Family Karma even more.
Also, though, Brian makes no sense because he's this hopeless romantic that's looking for love, but he says him and his ex were together for a year. Her dad gave him the blessing to, like, marry her, and he was like, oh, no, too soon, and leaves. I was like, that was your dream, though.
I know.
No?
But I wonder when that was. Like, I think Family Karma has, like, 7 seasons, so if that was, like, season 1, and he's,
he was just
22 or something.
Yeah. Oh, that was so funny when he's like, surprise!
But also, if a dad's being like, marry my daughter, and you're not like, I want to
surprise.
It's different if the dad is telling you versus you asking the dad.
Yeah, surprise is right.
Yeah.
Then Malia, so her ex is Tom, also from
I hated him.
Below Deck. Tom was such a bitch. I would have killed him. He was the worst. So, he also, I didn't know this, cheated on her with a girl in another boat.
I didn't know about the other boat, but I did know he cheated on her.
This man, he's so fugly. This dude.
And then they did their reunion. They broke up after their season, and they did the reunion from the same hotel room, and it was like, they were like clearly
working things out.
Like hooking up, or like in a gray area, I'll say. Where like they said that they broke up, but then people were like, but you're on camera together. It was one camera too, not like they were pretending to be two different places.
I remember that, and I thought they were just still together.
No.
I must admit, I do not give a shit about Tom. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
So, she did dirty olive juice and tequila and tomato juice.
Gross. I would not want to take this.
Tom's gross.
Tom's on Bravo suck.
Agreed. So then Casey's up. This is disgusting. She has a bag of trash and she just found some liquid and put it in a cup and was like, she's not there. So funny.
I thought it was funny if she was like holding the bag of trash and then like that.
That would have been funny. Where'd the liquid come from?
There was like soot.
No, don't.
We gotta move on. I'm gonna throw up.
Okay, well, Danielle and Corey do a shot of it, and I want everyone to know I watched this at 6:30 a.m. This was the worst way to
I'm Aaliyah. I need to walk away because like I can't watch you do that because it makes me think of myself doing it, and I will throw up.
I'm Amanda. I'm ill. I'm away. I'm already just.
I find it so unnecessary to do shit like that.
That was so. I do too. There were always kids in college that did stupid shit for no reason. That I would be like, "What?" Like I did stupid shit, but it wasn't gross.
I know.
Like some kids would eat goldfish, and I like a live goldfish.
Oh, we were talking about this snack, and I was like, "Whoa, no. Crazy!"
Out of a boot, they would pour beer in a boot, put a goldfish in it.
I don't get stuff like that.
I'd be like,
okay, listen, you can convince me like the game odds, you know, where you're like, what are the odds you do it? And if you said like 100 and it like somehow landed on it, I get saying like I agree to this.
I have for the game, fine,
but just to outright nobody playing just being like, yeah, I'll do this.
Hey, should we do it?
No. And Danielle being like, oh, for camaraderie, I'll do it with no. Why?
Vomit.
There's just no reason to do it.
You know that game that one guy plays on TikTok where he's like, would Gwyneth Paltrow die from this?
No, I've never seen that.
It's this dude and he like finds like, it'll be like Fruit Loops and he'll be like, I don't think she would die, but I think we'd be in the hospital because you know she only eats like bone broth.
Oh my god, but then it'd be red like dye in there, she would.
Yeah, but then it'd be like
erratic.
A Twinkie, and he's like dead on arrival, immediate. Like
this 6 feet under.
I would die immediate. No hope.
I just
discuss. Let's
move on.
So it's 10:52. Casey is eating kale, and Brian calls her Bambi. Brian loves to compare women to movie animated movie characters of the opposite
I was going to
sex.
say animals, but you're right. It's animated like Disney and like Pixar characters. I wonder. That's like a special. I want a booth at BravoCon where he sits there and tells you what character you are. I would sit down. I would happily wait in an hour.
Brian immediately assigns you. Brian sees a clip, like a 30-second clip of a person, and he assigns you.
That's what he needs to do.
Animated movie
what's
character.
That thing where a cameo? That needs to be his cameo.
That would be so funny. Someone order me a cameo and ask Brian to assign me.
$100 for him to assign me. Let's ask him to. I'm gonna pay for a cameo. You got me James Kennedy. I'll get you a Brian one, and ask him to tell us what characters we are.
Why do you get James Kennedy? I am Brian from a show I haven't even watched, but I would take it if he assigned me. If he doesn't call me an ogre, I'm offended immediately.
I'm pissed.
But he can't because he doesn't know how many layers I have to peel back like an onion. So he would just look at me and decide, I guess. Send a picture so he knows.
Oh, yeah.
No, send him the podcast so he can listen and decide.
That's true, because like I just need him to get our essence, not really our image.
He needs my energy to know.
We'll just tag him on TikTok.
Sarah, grab this clip, send it to Brian, please.
Hey Brian, glad you're watching. Can
you assign this girl? She's obsessed with you. Can you assign her an animated movie character? I'm gonna get like Lord Farquaad or something like that. Jesus Christ.
Yes. Oh my
god. Great. Okay, let's keep going. So, Malia goes outside with Kyle to pee.
This doesn't make sense because she's like, I have to pee so bad, and I'm like, the bathrooms are closer.
But Kyle pees outside, and I appreciate
the girl
Malia being like,
well, then Kyle turns around, and I'm pretty sure pees in a bush.
He does. They pee together. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful friendship. Corey texts Sam that he misses her. Alex and Danielle are like in the corner, and he's like, hey, are you drunk enough to dig me yet? And she's like, I would dig you sober. And he's like, really? I was like, this man, his self-esteem is low.
He wants validation so bad.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, I dig you sober. It's fine. And he's like, I actually like you. And then they make out in the kitchen and everyone watches. I would also watch. If you're going to do this in the kitchen, I'm going to watch.
But I will not make out with people in public anymore. Like, I cannot
I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to watch you do it.
Like, no.
And everyone in the same room is like...
There are people literally like 3 feet away from them. So weird.
The camera is right. Like, it's just...
Too much.
But rock out. Danielle's just having fun. It's casual. It's perfect for her right now. And then Alex leaves to go to bed. And Danielle's
he
like,
passes out in that bed.
See ya. Katie calls Schwartz the most untoxic person ever. He's a vibe. He's actually a vibe.
Whenever she said that, I was like, do I think he's toxic? I was like, I don't really think he's toxic, but I don't think he's not toxic, you know?
He hates women. That is my fight. This man hates women.
But he just like doesn't show it the way, you know, like we talk about toxic people. Yeah.
He's secretly dangerous.
I was like, why am I about to defend him and be like, he's not toxic?
Yeah, but I was about to be like, this man's toxic, and I was like, do I have proof of this?
That's the thing.
And I had to like think about
There's like not really anything to be like, wow, he's like such a gaslighter, or
he got me. Haha, laugh funny.
He's a snake in the grass, is what he is.
He got it. Malia, though, I think has kind of clocked Tom Schwartz. She's like, I don't know about him. Anyway, Danielle asked Jordan about Corey. Jordan has not made a move yet because she's nervous. Because most of the time she says she has it in the bag, but she doesn't really know with Corey. So this is like a little exciting and like makes her nervous. And Danielle also says, well, Malia and Corey are also vibing. Meanwhile, cut to Malia explaining to Brian that girls and guys can be friends, where Corey says, not when you want to fuck me. And I was like, was that hot or was that hot? That was hot.
Oh, like I love that Corey knows when people are so into him and like calls it out. But as the like similar to the comment about, oh, my door's always open. This is a comment where I'm like, okay, you're like inviting it now.
Agreed, but it was hot.
Oh, I want a boy to say this to me.
Same.
Especially when I call them friend. That's my favorite thing to do to boys I like. I'm like, hi, friend, because then I want them to be like, we're not just friends. And I'm like, oh, really?
What are we? Explain it. Say it right now to my face.
That you want to fuck me? Okay.
This is your new one. And be like, oh, you just want to fuck me, isn't that? And they're like, ugh. So, Danielle and Alex go to their own beds. Corey, so they're messing around in the kitchen, and we saw a preview of this, and we all were like, "Oh my god, does Malia
didn't get
force
all
herself
of it
onto Corey?"
I'm glad we got the full, they really cut it wrong.
They cut it bad. I truly thought Malia forced herself upon Corey.
Me too, and I feel like they did her dirty with that.
They did, because what happened, and Malia was in the right.
Yes.
Corey forces a bunch of Jaeger from this bottle into Malia's mouth. So now she's a mouthful, disgusting Jaeger. So she grabs him. She like swings her arms around his neck, grabs him, and he's like laughing. So his mouth's open, and she spits it into his mouth. So it looks like
she's in motion trying to get like her face to the same level as his face. So they get really close.
It's like a swift, I mean, I'm sure their lips kind of touch, but she's also spitting backwashed Jaeger into his mouth.
Her lips purse because she's spitting.
Yes.
In the preview, we saw
and his mouth is
liquid.
Open laughing. No, but we see it clearly here. They zoom in and you see the Jaeger shoot into his mouth. There was a lot of Jaeger.
I was like, whoa.
I'm vomiting also, if this is me.
And
don't spit your Jaeger into my mouth. Especially when
you're laughing, like sometimes you're breathing in. This would hit you so weird.
You would choke on the Jaeger.
Well, I'm glad she did this because it's a giant fuck you back to Corey, and I loved it.
This is so gross.
But this is like they are like Malia's not acting just as like friends. Like this is like flirting friends. Yeah. Like let's be honest.
Also, though, so Malia grew up with like 4 older brothers. This also could be older. Like, if your older brother forces something,
she grew up with
a lot of older brothers. So this also knowing Malia's like background, and then she also works on deck, which is majority male.
That's true.
She's around males a lot that like give her shit.
She's gonna give
it
right
this
back.
To me was also like, okay, if Malia's older brother did this, she would have swung on his ass and spit that shit right back.
That makes so much more sense because then that takes the like sexual nature way more out of it. Like, and her
also,
saying
this
like,
was not sexy.
No. But still, like the way you like interact with people you like, you know, like knowing she has that like relationship like with guys just in a general friend sense makes that like, oh, me and Corey, I'm gonna give him a wedgie like comments like more normal.
Yes, it does. She grew up with like 4 older brothers. She's on deck all the time. She's always messing with the dudes. So
because this came off more flirty to me, but like you saying that like this is definitely more friends.
Oh, I'm glad I said it then. Yeah, her first season, I think she was like, yeah, I'm fine on deck. I grew up with like 4 older brothers, so whatever the dudes do here, it's gonna be nothing. Yeah. And I was like, oh, she's always like, I got beaten by my brother, so this is nothing. So this is her spitting it back. But Jordan's watching all this. Also, though, if I'm close enough to see like Jordan and I see the Jaeger shooting out, I'm not like, oh, that's hot. I'm like, ooh. like it's just like, ooh, I hate it.
It looks messy.
So now it's 2:31. Jordan's very upset that Malia was hyping her up to make a move on Corey and then made her own move on Corey. I was like, I
thought I missed something, by the way. I literally was on my phone, I think, when it came back from commercial, and I was like, when did they kiss?
What move?
Yeah. I was really confused.
Just vomiting Jaeger into his mouth. So then she starts crying, which I was like, Jordan, come on, you've known him for 3 days.
Yeah, and Malia. Like Malia's not your best friend that like came with you from Martha's Vineyard who did this.
Yeah, like both these people
just
mean
Malia.
Nothing to you.
Yeah,
it's okay. So also, if you want to like cry a little before you go to bed and just be like, I thought I was gonna get him, fine. But she is sobbing,
and in the hallway,
like, and loud enough that people in other rooms are like,
what's going on? Yeah, I was really shocked. So, I was so convinced I missed something.
She's in the hallway, just sobbing. So Alex gets up to use her bathroom because he again doesn't have a bathroom, and he finds her crying, and he's like, what the fuck's wrong? So he hugs her because she's sobbing. Yeah. Like, it's not just like a few tears. It's like she needs to be consoled by this man.
I appreciate him consoling her, but he was like, I got you. Like, he's in love with her that like he was so excited to hug her.
Yeah. So Jordan says she's done and over it and confused, and Alex goes, what did I do something?
Which I love that response. I appreciate that response from him. Being like, what did I do?
It was so funny. Yeah. Did I do something? And she shakes her head and goes, nice, I haven't. Like, he's just like, not me, bitch.
Okay, cool. Are you okay?
That was awesome. So then he hugs Jordan. She tells him about Corey and Malia kissing him, and now it's weird. And then, of course, because they're in the hallway, Katie's like, walks in on it and is like, oh my God, what's happening? And then Malia and Kyle in the kitchen hear it. So they go see, and everyone's giving her a group hug as she's sobbing in the hallway. And I'm like,
this is so weird.
This is so embarrassing.
Because
once she shares, at this point, I'm like, once she shares what she's crying about,
a thing.
So embarrassing.
And like one of the people hugging you is like the person you're mad is leading the group hug, and she has no idea you're mad at her.
It's so embarrassing. Like,
I don't want people to see me cry
about nothing. If you were like, my grandpa died, then yeah, fucking sob your face off.
I don't need a group hug. Like, I don't mind people seeing me cry. I don't need 7 people to stand around while I cry.
And just like the reason, because no one knows the reason, right? It's so stupid.
This is the weirdest moment on any summer winter house, in my opinion. Like the most.
I was really like, go in your room and cry alone. What are you doing in the hallway about this? Yes. And again, it is sobs.
Yes, it's not like Carl. This? Like when Carl in Summer House like found out his brother died, and so it's like a group thing to like tell. Like
that's fine. Yeah, sob your face off.
Yeah.
This is a guy I've known for 3 days who also might have a girlfriend. Got Jaeger shot into his mouth by another girl. It looked like they were kissing. Ago. Now I must sob.
Yeah, and I've never made a move or really told him I like him.
Yeah, no one actually really knows except the girl that shot Jaeger in his mouth.
And also doesn't know that I'm upset that she did not kiss him, but I think she kissed him.
Also, for Corey to see her like this, that is also embarrassing.
Such an ick. Oh my God. It's not an ick because he doesn't know yet why she's crying. Like, he's probably sympathetic thinking like her grandpa just died.
This is so weird. I hope she wakes up and is like, fuck. You know, she's just like, ah. So, Jordan, after the group hug, brings Malia and Katie into her room. And
I'd be so embarrassed to say why I'm mad.
I know.
I imagine
I want everyone to know
being mad at you for this reason, and I cannot imagine sobbing and then looking you dead in the face and being like, you kissed the boy I like.
Malia would handle it better than me. I would straight up look at you and be like, the fuck is wrong?
You'd look at me and be like, get your shit together and walk out.
You're an idiot, truthfully.
Go home. Go to bed.
So if you're just listening, I want you to know Meredith and I are cringing as I describe this. So Jordan tells them how she's feeling, and she's like, it's just she's still sobbing, that
she's like, it's just
sobbing.
Really?
Sobbing. And she's like, it's just really shitty that I opened up to the two of you about making a move on Corey, and then Malia kisses him. And Malia's like, what are you talking about? Like she's genuinely like,
I never
Jordan,
kissed him.
When?
What are you talking about?
And Jordan's now mad. She's like, Malia, you kissed him. I literally saw it. And I was like...
Emily's like, I have no clue what you're talking about because I have not kissed him.
Yeah, Malia's so confused.
I'm not gonna say I kissed a boy when I didn't, especially when it was like a public event and you're saying you saw it.
Yeah, so Jordan's like, in the kitchen, I saw you. And Malia goes, oh, I was in the least sexy way spitting Jaeger into his mouth. And Malia's like, again, Malia handles it better than me because she's like, I'm so sorry that upset you, but really it's nothing. Corey and I are just friends. Mm-hmm. And Jordan's like, oh, okay. And Malia, though, she's a little annoyed, but
looks
she
at Katie like, what the fuck?
Well, both of them are like, is she sobbing about this? Like, geez.
Especially because she's like pecked. They didn't make out in front of her or something. Like that would make me upset if you're like making out with this boy I like right in front of me. But if you and a boy I like just peck, honestly, even like in the kitchen in a banter way, well, okay, it's a peck.
I also, listen, A, I'm never going to do this, but B, if anyone ever sees me shoot Jaeger of all things into someone else's mouth, just know there is zero sexual tension happening.
I guess the reason why I thought it was sexual too is Corey and Sam bonded over wanting to spit in each other's mouths. So I don't. Yeah, that's like a thing I thought about.
Sam likes to be spit into.
And Corey's interested in spitting in her mouth.
Corey's the spit. I mean, at BravoCon, he spit an espresso martini into her mouth like 2 minutes before the Summer House panel.
Yes.
So, but I don't think, again, though, I imagine it sexy where like Corey grabs her neck and spits into her mouth.
Water falling it gently.
Malia's like monkeying and his mouth is open and hers is closed.
Like, to be honest,
like hosing it.
Danielle,
she's hosing it into
maybe baby burning water into Alex is more sexy.
Was weirdly more sexy than this. Yeah. Also, water, espresso martinis, fine. No one wants to drink Jaeger from the bottle, let alone out of someone else's mouth.
No.
Gross. Jaeger. Yeah. That's what got me.
This is not that serious, Jordan.
So to end the episode, Alex magically, because he's up now, because Jordan sobbed, he goes into he's probably like, I'm so
we ended on another cringe moment, in my opinion. It was just like, what are we doing?
He goes into Danielle's room and kisses her butt.
That was fine.
And then he tells her, so they're making out, and she's like, oh, I don't know if I want to, have sex. And he goes, just put it in and see how it feels.
I don't understand what guys think having sex is like for a girl.
Just put it in, see how it feels.
I'm not test driving a car here. Like, what?
Just stick it in and soak.
We're not 17.
We're just soaking it. Just, what if she's like, oh, it doesn't feel great?
Like, what do you think her reaction's gonna be? I know he's probably saying that just to get to sex, and then it's just like, it'll just happen.
Just
but like, are you prepared for I don't really like this. Can you take it out?
It feels bad.
This doesn't work for me.
Out of 10, it's a 2, actually, for me.
When you said 2, I was thinking length.
Even worse. But, how funny.
No.
Also, when a girl is like, I don't know if I want to have sex.
It's a no.
It's like she doesn't really want to. So, but if a dude was like, that's fine, I'll make you want it, or something. No. But to be like, stick it in, try it out for a second.
I know you're apathetic right now, but this will really get you going.
Look in the mirror. How does it feel? It's just weird. It's like trying on a shirt.
I'm not really sure. It's like I'm politely trying to be like, hey, this isn't the moment.
I mean, she puts it in.
Does she?
To try. See how. I mean, she moaned like she put it in.
Good God. I hate this for her. Feels. This is where I hate this.
This is the funniest thing I've ever seen on TV. Anyway. Oh my God. So, next time, we get a Bollywood party.
I'm so excited.
Corey knows that Casey's been talking shit about his girl. Amanda finally shows up. Alex tells people how he had sex with Danielle.
Just put it in and see how Katie,
it feels. He's like, we had sex, and Danielle goes, I just put it in for a second to see how it felt, so I got off. And then Katie is attracted to Tom, and they kiss. All right, should we do fun, not fun?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, Meredith, do your not fun first.
It has to be Jordan. I can't. Even Alex was more fun than her.
I'm gonna agree with you. Jordan was bad.
It was just,
the crying was so funny, but so horrible.
I'm all into her liking Corey, and I thought she was a badass bitch to start the episode, but then she becomes this little baby over nothing.
I appreciate her wanting to shoot her shot. Yes. I appreciate her saying she's nervous. I appreciate her telling the girls so they can hype her up. if you want to cry about it, fine. Do not cry in the hallway.
No, you cannot even cry over this in my book. You haven't even shot your shot, you know?
Don't be consoled by the people you're upset with. It was just bad.
7 people. It makes no sense to me how she is so wrapped up in this boy and Malia maybe pecking in the kitchen and she has done nothing.
It was so uncomfortable. Also, Meredith, if we knew each other for 3 days and I did this and you got mad at me, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to just hop on my yacht and not care about you. And after we both
expressed interest in this boy, you owe me nothing.
It's just, this was wild and I hated it. But who's your fun? I mean, Alex was pretty fun. He's just putting it everywhere to see how it feels.
It doesn't feel good.
What if she puts it in to see how it feels and he goes, oh, it feels bad.
That would literally destroy me. Oh my God.
There's no razor blade in there. What do you mean it feels bad?
I'll put a razor blade in there for next time if he does say that to me. Is that who your fun is?
Did you know there's a machine? No. But did you know there's not a machine, but there's a thing that women can put up there? It's to prevent rape, which is very sad.
Whoa.
But if a man tries to rape you, it like scratches his dick. I'm going to look up what it's called. I heard it on a podcast recently.
The fact that we have to make like products that's like upsetting. This is it's upsetting insane to have you not rape us. Insert something inside me to basically rape myself so you don't rape me.
Yeah. But for the satisfaction of watching a man's dick get scratched, I admit it.
Dick get scratched? That sounds so weird.
Well, if they keep going, it'll like cut it. Oh, I'm talking out my ass off a podcast that gave no facts. I'm gonna look.
Let's see if this is even in production.
Who's your fun?
Did you pick? Is Alex yours? Is that?
No.
Oh, I was wondering if that was like legit.
No.
Do you have yours?
Who is mine?
I have 2, and so I want to not pick the same person.
Okay, hang on. I already forgot what happened in this episode. You know what? I'm going Danielle. Okay. Danielle's fun. Mm-hmm. She's having a good ass time hooking up with Alex, doing whatever the fuck she wants. He's even being clingy, and she's like, whatever, I guess you'll just show up.
Yeah.
That's fine. I appreciate Danielle. I'm loving a single Danielle.
I agree. I'm picking Alex. I think Alex, for the first time, has been fun. Him and Danielle are giving it to me, and I think it's hilarious. I also think Alex is actually a decent like guy in the group. Like him consoling Jordan and like trying to figure out like what's going on. I think he's like fucking weird when it comes to Jordan because he's in love with her. But that aside, he's giving me the drama I want. We have wanted hookups and all this fun stuff in Summer House and Winter House forever, and like he is giving it, so like I appreciate him moseying about the house in any way possible.
Yeah, I agree. I think Alex and Danielle are the most fun duo.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
I really enjoy watching it, except for that last 5 seconds, but I'm in my mind choosing to exclude that.
Also,
this product,
I can't find the actual product because now I'm describing it into my Google.
Oh God!
Thing. But I think it might be called the Rape Axe.
Oh my God!
Which sounds wild.
Jesus.
So yeah, there we go.
Podcast by the people.
Really quick. Okay, so Chrissy said, I am so happy we have singles in the house. I need more of the crazy, more of the non-committal hookups, more of Danielle sending Alex on his way after a makeout session. I
love hooking up with a boy and sending him on his way.
Notice how the 2 single people in a non-committal relationship are our most fun.
Yes.
It's been fun. Chrissy says, as bad as the ex drinking game was, how else are we going to get people to drink garbage juice? Ugh.
Right.
She says, I've never been that committed ever. No.
That we did not.
We're done talking about this. So Tierney says, as someone who has never been a Malia fan, why do I like her? I've always kind of liked Malia.
I like her on this. I think if she doesn't like you, I think she's really shitty to you. But I think that's how a lot of people are on reality TV shows, and that's entertaining, you know, to have people at odds with each other.
Yeah, it's it's easier to look like a bitch on Below Deck because you're working, so you can't. But you're also living with these people, so you shouldn't be a bitch. But Malia can be a bitch. But there's also no
authority person for Malia to like tattle to. You know, like everybody isn't equal in this environment where Below Deck has hierarchy, and that really plays into that show.
I agree. Okay, Tierney says, Alicia, I have an idea for you on how you can remember Casey's name going forward. Just call her Cece for Crypto Casey. Oh. No, I can't play into this, but I like that.
That might confuse Alicia even more.
Because that's another person. Mm-hmm. No, I didn't mess up Casey's name this episode, so we'll go with it. But if it gets bad, maybe I'll just call her Crypto Casey. That actually works. I called her Metaverse Blonde Girl. Yeah. So yeah, you're fine. Okay. Tierney says, I'm enjoying single Danielle. I also like to see her without Lindsay because this is literally the first time since Danielle joined the show that she hasn't had her. I agree with Chrissy. I'm loving all the singles except Corey. He can fuck off with his technicality of being single. Dude, you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
It's a gray line. Tierney says, if you remember from Vanderpump Rules season 10, I joined in on Accepted and Blocked, so I want to play again for Winter House. Why not? Fun, not fun. Tierney says, fun is Casey. She was killing it on the slopes. She was. Yeah. She was killing. Not fun is Corey for the above reason. Yeah, but no, actually, Corey hasn't been as fun as I think he could live up to.
Yeah, well, I also think other people are getting like airtime. You know, like he's not doing anything.
That's true.
I think if other people weren't being fun, Corey can like carry a show. Yeah, he's like a good bench squad. You know, with like a basketball team, it's like he can always come off the bench and provide us some entertainment.
Yeah, he's not a starter, but he can carry the team. Yep. Tonette, though, says, very fucking proud of Corey. Great job. Why? What did he do? Because he got Jaeger in his mouth?
Of Corey.
Is it because he admitted that he liked Sam and he would be upset if they hooked up? Because I also thought Tonette, that was nice.
We need to follow up with that one.
Tonette, you gotta tell me why we're proud of Corey, because I don't feel this yet.
I don't feel proud of Corey yet. This episode especially. Great. He opened the door.
He did. Well, thank you so much for joining. Now we can finish it up. Do all the things I said at the beginning of the episode, especially our Patreon.
And go give Alicia some love on TikTok. At Wiener Pasta.
I'm going to do more. Go follow me on TikTok. I will learn how to not look like a millennial.
You know what? It's okay. Not. It's a learning curve. You're going to be killer by the time Vanderpump and Summer House come around.
I haven't gotten any hate so far. So
started from the bottom.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining.
But yay. Bye.
Bye.